What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another episode of the series where I rate your squad. Sorry about this being a little bit late. I did not expect content to come on Thursday, and obviously I'm not going to be doing these type of videos on a content day. Any video that probably content days, I will be doing videos solely focused on content, whereas non-content days we're going to be doing videos like this. But anyway, this is a series that you guys seem to love, so we're going back to it, and we're going to be rating the teams. So if you guys want your team to be rated, tweet me at DBGYT with hashtag RateMyTeam. Again, I am getting, at this stage, I think I got 200 of these since my last video. So, lads, if you guys aren't, I can't give you your ratings. I'm sorry. And again, if I did answer every single DM I get 40, 50 a day. The problem with that is if I did answer every DM, it would literally take pretty much my entire day. So I am sorry, but I will be still doing 10 of these a week in a video, especially with the amount of depth I like to go into. I don't like just giving like 8 out of 10 ratings without giving a reason. I don't like telling people to swap things without giving a reason for why either. So this team right here, run the same 5 out as me. If they zone up, throw Jarrell Walls to 3 and Bees to 4. Lights out with Wade, unlike some. Yeah, I can't really shoot with Wade. So your team is pretty nice. So I like Pete. I like Wade. Even though, man, I frustration sold Pete after tournament today. He just cannot deal with Magic, and he's not enough better than Malcolm Brogdon to keep, to be honest. So that's why I frustration sold him. And we have Dr. J, Michael Beasley, James Worthy, Joel Embiid. Okay, so nothing wrong with that starting lineup. I do like that starters. Bench lineup. Only real problem is Giannis, maybe. That's kind of really it. Like, but Giannis is really good at some things. Like, Giannis is a fantastic card, but he's a flawed card, but he's still a fantastic card nonetheless. Like, I got destroyed by Giannis today in the tournament. But yeah, so Giannis definitely is a really great card. This team, you've got no flaws really, because again, if they do zone you up, you can just throw in Wallace. I'm gonna give this team it's a solid 8 out of 10. I wouldn't rate it any higher than that, but it's a solid 8. You can definitely argue that it's a 9 or 8.5, but for me, it's an 8 out of 10. And overall, just solid squad. This team right here. I'm a budget player willing to sell anyone. I don't call plays, I play freestyle. Okay, what do you mean by you play freestyle? I don't really like it when people say phrases like that, because it shows that they kind of don't know what they're really talking about. So I play freestyle. What freelance do you run? Do you run the Hawks? Do you run 21 delay? Or do you just run the default, which is never gonna work? So I'm guessing you just wing it and play with default. So man, this team, I'm sorry, but this is at this stage in the game, it's a 2 out of 10. This team right here is a 2 out of 10. First of all, you have a 6'3" 2 guard. Secondly, you've got three non-clamps players in your bench. So start from scratch. Daniel Theis isn't great. Start from scratch. Trust me. Sell Carmelo, not worth it. So Beasley or what's his name? Bagley's better than Carmelo, and way cheaper. Daniel Theis not great. Get yourself a Thon Maker. Get yourself I don't even know who's a good cheap center, to be honest. Aaron Baines, maybe? Power forward off the bench, you need to get rid of Jermaine O'Neal. Get rid of Nate Robinson. Get yourself an Isaac Bonga, because you're going to need it to play against the Giants, or to even match up with Bonga himself. You literally can't use Nate. Get rid of Luka Doncic. Go get yourself, like, I don't know, like a Lance Stevenson or something. Get rid of Jamal Mashburn. He might actually sell for a little bit. And just throw in just anyone with clamps. And I don't even know if Mashburn has clamps, but I don't think he's a quick draw. I'm telling you, this is a 2 out of 10. The only thing that stops it from being a 1 out of 10 is the fact that Brogdon and Pierce are good cards. Straight up. You can upgrade. You can tactically. Normally, I talk about tactically downgrading when you can get a cheaper player at the same position that's a tiny bit cheaper but is better. However, none of these are going to be tactical downgrades. You can get cheaper, better players. A cheaper player that's only a slight bit worse. You can get cheaper, better players at any position. You can tactically upgrade and make about 15k MT while upgrading this team. This is a not great team. But the only reason it's a 2 out of 10, not a 1 out of 10, is because Brogdon's fairly good and Pierce is fairly good. Like, even Malone's undersized. Like, you've got your tallest player. Like, you got a 6'7" power forward, a terrible card in Jermaine O'Neal, a 6'8" center, and a 6'9" center. Like, man, this isn't a good team. I'm sorry, but it's a really, really bad team. Next, I play my playstyle, 21 delay, have 900k MT, willing to spend. Been sitting on MT, don't know when to spend. Ben Simmons is big for big point guards. Okay, so first of all, I would get rid of Simmons and I would replace him with Isaac Bonga. Isaac Bonga will do almost the same job against big point guards. And he's going to be a lot cheaper and also shoots the ball. So he's not nearly as much of a liability as Simmons. Your center position, I would have somebody at the end of your bench, even in replacing that PJ Dozier guy, replace him with like Marvin Bagley. And the reason for that is that you've got 2 centers on your bench. You've only got 1 center on your team that has clamps, which is Embiid. The problem is that if you are using Ilgauskas and you come up against Thon Maker, Ilgauskas can't guard Thon, although Thon can't guard Ilgauskas. However, if you come up against Kareem, Thon gets eaten alive by Kareem. Ilgauskas gets eaten alive by Kareem, who just turbos by him. Heck, if you come up against Bol, he destroys Thon Maker. He destroys Thon Maker and Ilgauskas. So get a clamp center on your bench. Thon Maker is not a bad card to have, but I'd choose one of him or Ilgauskas, to be honest. You've got Kyrie Irving, clone, and Fred Brown. Literally, he's Kyrie Irving. And she's Kyrie Brogdon. He's got almost identical stats to Malcolm Brogdon's diamond card, but has all the animations and stuff of Kyrie Irving. Pete Maravich is good. I'm going to give this team, like, had this been a couple of weeks ago, like, it's an almost perfectly constructed team. But with the way players are, this is like a 7 out of 10. Upgrades to make. Okay. So, I know you got 900k. I'm trying to think of who in the game will be still good at the end of the game. And there's a lot of players like that. So first of all, I wouldn't worry about your 2 guard position. I would honestly I'd spend the 2 hours to go for Cameron Reddish. I think Cam Reddish is definitely a player that could help out your team and also is cheap, because that's where you can kind of save money. You can save. Oh, so you have Cam Reddish. Sorry, you have Cam Reddish. I don't know why I'm saying that. I would get rid of Butler, and at the small forward position, I don't know. Maybe move Butler to the 3 as your starters and Cam Reddish off the bench. There's not that many upgrades. Like, yeah, you can get Opal Ben, but how long, or Opal Magic or something, but how long until we get like Opal point guard T-Mac, who's better than them all? So I just don't know. Because there will be better point guards than Simmons, Giannis. Like, the only one I'd wait for a market crash and get Giannis maybe, because I think Giannis is by far the best of all those new cards, or all those giant point guards. And I definitely look at replacing that Giannis at power forward, even throwing Giannis power forward at the end of the bench. And you don't even have to spend much money. Yeah, you can use like a Scalabrine or something, but to be honest, you can just go and get yourself a Danny Manning, and he's a different player to Giannis. Honestly, I don't know. I think sitting on your MT for another, give it 3 weeks. Give it 3 weeks, because 2K are going to keep having to outdo each other. I am telling you, we're going to be getting like Opal Zion, Opal Luka. There's going to be some crazy cards. And I would not be surprised to see a pink diamond of this guy right here, Jonathan Isaac, coming soon, as well as a diamond Mo Bamba, or amethyst Mo Bamba. I'm telling you, that card could be insane. But anyway, now we're on to the squad here. Always pick and roll and rim running, then kick out. Let me know who you should sell or replace. Have extra MT on the AH. Okay, is this a flex squad? Yeah, this is a flex. So this is like an 9.5 out of 10 team. Kevin Garnett locking in was as Chris Move would say, was a noob move. You have Big O locked in and Kevin Durant locked in. So just honestly, and Simmons. So just keep the 3 of them in your squad. Big O's fine at the 2. Melo's fantastic. You got Worthy. Yeah, this is like a 9.5 out of 10. Like, literally the only way to make the squad like 10 out of 10 is like toss in Bol somewhere, and I don't even know. This is very, very close to a perfect squad. Any upgrades you can make are just preference. And there's no squad that'll make, there's no upgrades except for like Kareem for Embiid. That'll make the squad significantly better. Other than that though, it is a really nice squad. A little bit undersized, but nah, 9.5 out of 10. Next, I'm trying to go 12-0, but always lose around 5-0 and 7-0. Use a 2013 Heat playbook, pick and roll, pick and pop. Sometimes ISO my opponent's terrible defense. Any changes I'd make or suggestions on how I should play with the team. Okay, so I have to take your playstyle into account, which is the 2013 Heat playbook, which is an awful lot of kind of screen to screen or flare screens, people coming off double screens. So you're going to need really guys that can shoot the ball off the move, which is very important. So first player I would take out is LaMarcus Aldridge. There is no, if you're trying to go 12-0, you need, like, you at this stage you pretty much need all your cards with clamps. And if you like Aldridge, just Thon's just better. I would replace I'd probably move Rudy up to the 4 because I really like him at the 4. I think he's a really big player build. And then if you don't want to spend any MT, I'd honestly say move Cam Reddish to the 3 and do some challenges and get yourself a Kevin Porter. I would get rid of Vince Carter. I am telling you right now, I would get rid of Vince Carter. He is not worth it. He is not worth it. I'm telling you that right now. He's like 100 and something K. He is not worth it. You can get better alternatives for the same price. He is, like, he's good. He's just not worth really picking up. I'd definitely throw Isaac Bonga in somewhere as one of your last 3 off the bench, or Isaac Bonga for Brogdon, or even, I know it might sound crazy, you can, you're looking to go 12-0 though. I would say, like, if you've already gone 12-0, I would have said tactically downgrade, as in sell LeBron and put in Bonga. But you should, like, you're fine. This team right here is probably, I think I haven't zoomed in fully. This is like a 7.9 out of 10 team. Not the fastest team in the world, but great in the interior. And having a 1 non-clamps player, even one of them takes 1 entire team point off the team. For me anyway. But it's a pretty good team. And like, if you're struggling to go 12-0 with this team, as much as I hate to say it, it's probably the player and not the team. I don't think there's any real additions you can make within your budget that will help you win those extra 5 games in a row. You might just need to play 12 lucky players in a row. Rate my team around 21 delay and pick and pops rolls, willing to replace anyone. Okay, so I like this team actually. I really like this team. Budget squad, this is like a 9 out of 10. Remember actual squad, like maybe 7. In terms of like the best of the best being 10. In terms of competing with the best of the best, probably 7. Because I don't really like Christian Wood, to be honest. Or say no, I do like Christian Wood. I don't like him in this team because you've got Boban, you've got Bagley, and Boban's not got the speed, and Christian Wood is a little bit small. I'd replace Wood with honestly, I'd replace Wood with Thon. I like Jeff Green, and he brings something a little bit different to Danny Manning anyway. I like Bonga because he can be used to guard he can be used to guard a big to replace Conley. Really like Brogdon, really like Porter, really like Rui, really like Rocco. Rui and Lamar Odom's a pretty good team. And this could be up there at 8. This is a 9.5 out of 10. Actually, this is probably 9.5 out of 10 in terms of real budget. Like, per auctionable players in this squad go for like a combined 45-50k. So this is like seriously good. However, overall probably about 7.5 out of 10. But honestly, I don't see the budget. There is no change that needs to be made. If you're struggling with it, like if you can't go 12-0 with this lineup, unless you've got 400k MT, you're not going to be able to make enough upgrades to go 12-0. So I'd stick with this team. You don't need to make any changes, except for maybe put in Thon for Christian Wood. Then, very nice pick and roll and pops, 175k budget. Okay, so one major flaw, no clamps here, and no clamps here. So that already puts this team down to an 8 out of 10. The fact that there's no kind of expensive players moves it down another 2. Yeah, I think 6 out of 10 is a fair judgment for this team right here. Yeah, I liked Billups. I just think he's a little bit outdated. I know he only came out literally on, I think it was like the 14th of February, but outdated at this stage. Aldridge, he's outdated with no clamps. Aldridge literally cannot guard any of the new centers. All the new centers are coming out with quick first step. Aldridge can't guard any of them. DeAndre Ayton, same difference. Yeah, has a bit of speed. He can't guard any of the new centers with no quick first step. And yeah, he can block shots, but his interior defense isn't great either. Blake Griffin, I'm very, very iffy on that card. Yeah, I know he's locked in, but I would get rid of him. Rudy's fine. Westbrook's fine. Butler, you can get better alternatives for cheaper. Pierce is fine. I would prefer like a Gerald Wallace to Pierce, but Pierce is a lot cheaper. So let me have a look at this team. At the power forward position, you've got 170k, and if you sell Aldridge and replace him with Thon or Bagley, you've got probably 90k to work with. Then sell Jimmy Butler and replace him with Lance Stevenson, and you've got another whole bunch of MT to work with. Not that extra MT. And with the money you've made from the tactical downgrades or tactical kind of almost the same level players, just way cheaper. Tactical downsizing, maybe? Is that a word to describe it? When they're just cheaper versions of equally as good, if not better, cards. Like Jimmy Butler and Aldridge. With that plus your 170k, with just the money you've saved from the two of them, downgrading them, you can probably go and get yourself Scalabrine to put in at the 4. And then off the bench, or even like Danny Manning's fine. Like Danny Manning will do the job over Blake Griffin. Off the bench, get Isaac Bonga for Billups. I'm fine with Giannis. I am fine with Giannis, but I would definitely, as one of your last 3, look towards getting a power forward that can shoot the ball from deep, because if they zone you up, especially the power forward position, that is a position where you need a range extender player, and Giannis doesn't have it. However, I wouldn't. You can probably switch Giannis to the 3 and put Giannis in the corner and 5 out. That might work as well. But no, it's a pretty good team. But yeah, I'm not going to give it more than. Actually, no. I gave this team a 7 out of 10. This team's a 5 out of 10. This is a 5 out of 10. Usually pass out to open shooters, drive and kick, pick and roll. So it's pops. I have 65k. Any options? Okay. First of all, sell Lillard. Sell Harden. Harden's got no clamps. I'm sorry, but this team is like at this stage in the game, this team is like value-wise, it's a 1 out of 10. Overall-wise, it's like a 4 or 5 out of 10. But you have some elite players. So Larry Bird, perfectly fine. Great card. Siakam, way too outdated. Get rid of these 3 here. These 3 here are so outdated. Actually, no, get rid of these. All these here. Draymond's outdated. Ibaka's outdated. Davis is outdated. Siakam is outdated. And Dominique Wilkins was not good the day he was released. Jason Terry, you can literally get better versions of Jason Terry for 3k MT. Dante DiVincenzo is better than Jason Terry. Like, literally 1,000 MT. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I know. Like, if you're a huge Kobe fan, you want to keep Kobe. Fair enough. I'm not going to tell you guys to sell him. But if you're buying him for 2k reasons, sell. Lillard, sell. Harden, sell. Giannis, perfectly fine. Yao Ming, if you want to cheese with him, fine. If you're not really cheesing with Yao, sell. Like, start from scratch. Start from scratch. This is probably like a 3, 4 out of 10 team whose value is a 1 out of 10. Like, this team right here is probably more expensive than a team that you can make that would make. Like, this team's a couple of 100k MT. I could make a 40k MT squad that would be better on paper than this squad. Like you literally Boban to Mark Yao. Let me think, a squad that will destroy this for like 40k MT. Boban, Danny Manning. And if you manage to get 1 or 2 of the rewards, Lance Stevenson, Bonga, and I don't know, Wallace is way better than this lineup here. And in the bench, it's not good at all. And you can, and this team is very, very flawed, very, very flawed. But okay, so rate my team. Should I sell everything and start over? Who should I sell and what to do? Okay, it's kind of pixelated, but yeah, I think you have the right idea by selling everything and buying over. You got a lot of good cards, but there's a lot of better, cheaper alternatives. So, look, Steve Nash is good. Steve Nash is good, but not great. 25k. You can get better players for that price. Miles Bridges is good. Undersized without Hall of Fame clamps. He's 25 or so K, or he was the last time I checked. You can definitely get better for cheaper. Karl Malone, fine, but not great. Danny Manning is better and cheaper. LaMarcus Aldridge, fine but not great. You've got Bagley is better and cheaper. Lonzo, I don't like his release whatsoever. Get Isaac Bonga as one of your point guards. Isaac Bonga is just a better Lonzo Ball. Avery Bradley, undersized at 6'3" at the 2 guard. Not a bad point guard. But again, you can get better for cheaper. Dante DiVincenzo is as good as Steve Nash or Avery Bradley. Giannis cannot shoot the ball at all. No quick draw, no good release, nothing. You cannot play this Giannis and this Simmons at the same time. It just simply does not work. This team is I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 because this is the type of team you look at in the menu in Unlimited and think, I've won. Like, there are some games where I look at the team and think, I've won. If I came up against this team, the first thing I would think is, I've won. Game over. Doesn't matter who's using it. Because I would find a way to score every single time against this team. And this team right here, again, teams will either find a way to score every time or stop you every time. Yeah, you've got definitely some potential to work with. You've got some good players, like Reddish is good. It's not a bad structured team. Bench needs a lot of work, but look, not absolutely terrible. But I'd tear it down. I'd tear it down and rebuild because there's no... 1 or 2 changes won't make this team, but the MT you get from selling this, you can put together a much better team. Okay, so the last team right here, I run a lot of pick and pops, thinking about getting a different backup point guard, willing to spend 100k MT. Okay, so yeah, replacing Simmons with Bonga is probably not a bad idea, and it saves you a lot of MT. Okay, let me have a look at this team. 2 guard position and small forward are perfect. Power forwards are fine because you've got 2 guys on the bench that can shoot the ball. I assume you're a Pelicans fan if you have this Brandon Ingram. If you are a Pelicans fan, I will not tell you to sell him. However, I don't rate the card very much. If in terms of pure 2K play, I would get rid of one of these guys here at least. Probably both of them because you can save a lot of MT. Porzingis doesn't have clamps, so I would replace one of them with a center that does have clamps, for example a Bagley, just because he will offer more. And then I would also replace another one of them with a point guard with range extender. So it's not a point guard range extender. You've got, I put Bagley in there. Yeah, Bagley definitely in there. And worst case scenario, you can put Thon there and use Thon with range extender. Or put Kevin Porter at the 3 and put Kevin Durant the power forward with range extender. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But a point guard, obviously you need range extender. I just go for the challenge and go for Brogdon. I put Brogdon in there, to be honest. It's a couple hours, yeah, but that's probably what I would do. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. This is the latest episode of the series where I rate your squads. That was a long one. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.